Hello, my name is Eric Heinen, and I'm an environmental health officer with the Blackhawk County Health Department. And I'm joining you today because the Department of Housing and Urban Development has declared June to be Healthy Homes Month. And I'm going to talk with you about the 8 basic principles of having a healthy home. And at the end of my presentation, I am also going to talk about a program through the City of Waterloo and specifically community development that will there's potential money involved for a healthy homes assessment that goes on top of having a lead assessment in the home as well. And after this presentation, I would encourage you to go to your home and look through some of these 8 basic principles and see if there's improvements that could be done in your home to make your home safer based on these 8 principles. And these 8 principles are on the Housing and Urban Development website. You can go there, and there's also on the Blackhawk County Health Department website as well. The first basic principle for healthy homes is keep it dry. Damp homes provide environments for dust mites, roaches, rodents, and molds. All of these can worsen asthma or cause asthma, especially among young children. The big place in the house where there's moisture is basement. The foundation can leak. There can be a sump pump that backs up. Do whatever needs to be done to eliminate that moisture. Also a dehumidifier down there. You can plug holes in the foundation, make sure everything's operational. There's also leaking pipes. If you can find a leaking pipe, seal that, keep the moisture from leaking in. And also on the outside of the house, make sure drain pipes are not clogged, that downspouts move water away from the home so that the water is not leaking directly next to the foundation. All of this, if there's no moisture in the home, their mold has nowhere to harbor at. Second is keep it clean. Clean homes reduce the possibility of a pest infestation. Remove garbage from the house. Take it outside. Put it in the garbage container. Keep food sources covered. If a mouse, an insect can't get to the food, they have no reason to be in there. If you have a pet, keep the area where the pet eats, sleeps, keep it maintained. There's sometimes dog food gets out of the bowl. Keep that picked up. Roaches like to eat that type of food. Mice as well. If you have lead paint in the home, lead paint can accumulate on the surface of a window. It can accumulate in the carpet, on a floor. If you frequently vacuum, you frequently dust, that keeps the lead paint up and then eliminates the possible hazard for young children in the home. Number 3 of the 8 basic principles is keep it safe. This kind of coincides with keeping it clean, but injuries can occur in a home such as falls, burns, poisonings. Reduce clutter in the home. Keep walkways and staircase free of tripping hazards. Keep poisonous chemicals locked away. Also keep them away from food. Store food up or above or away from poisons. Fix handrails. Fix torn carpet that's in the house. Make sure windows aren't broken, screens are in place, that windows work. Anything that might be a hazard that could trip somebody up, pinch a finger, anything like that. Number 4 of the 8 basic principles is keep it ventilated. Fresh air is very important in a home. It helps reduce indoor air pollutants. Make sure the exhaust fans are working in the kitchen, in the restroom. Check to see that they're not plugged, that the fan is working, that the outside air is coming in. Good airflow it reduces the moisture that's in the home. And again, if you reduce the moisture in the home, you reduce the chance of mold growing in the house. The 5th basic principle is keep it pest free. Roaches, rodents, they've been known to, as we mentioned before, have been known to trigger asthma or cause asthma, especially in children. They can also carry diseases. So if you keep a clean house, you eliminate that area where you could have rodents or mice or insects. Look for entry holes that might be in the house. They could be on the foundation, they could be in the siding, they could be like in the soffit or even the roof. It doesn't take much for a mouse to get in. If you can put a pencil or a pen under the crack in the door, that's enough for a mouse to enter the house. If you do find cracks or crevices, caulk that area, use steel wool, something like that just keep the insects, the mice, the rodents out. Fix screens in the house. That way you don't have insects that can fly in. Remove brush from around the house. Any harborage area that pests might live in. And lastly on that, eliminate mosquito breeding areas. Mosquitoes will breed in areas where there's standing water. Change out the bird bath every few days. If you have a small wading pool, dump that. By cleaning the gutters so they don't back up with water, that can eliminate how many mosquitoes you have in your house and just in the neighborhood in general. Number 6, keep it contaminant free. Carbon monoxide, asbestos, lead paint, smoke, radon, those are all examples of indoor contaminants. Have your furnace checked regularly, especially before the fall. That's where you can get carbon monoxide. If your furnace is not working properly, you can get a backup of carbon monoxide, and that can cause sickness or even possibly death. Don't smoke in the house. If you have an indoor wood burning stove, have the chimney checked once a year. And also, to go along with those, have a smoke detector in the house, have a carbon monoxide detector in the house. Make sure the batteries are working, check those periodically to make sure they're operational. And then lead paint, you can also have the lead paint, or you can have the house checked for lead paint. And one of the last we talked about earlier is radon. Iowa leads the nation in homes with radon. And radon is a colorless, odorless, tasteless gas. It's just naturally occurring in the ground. If it's outside, it's no problem. You have the wind that blows it away, but typically it becomes a problem in homes, especially the lower areas of the home, where the radon can build up over time. But the only way really to know what your radon level is to test. And at the health department, we sell radon test kits. It's a short-term test kit, and you set it up in the lowest living area of your house. And the one we sell would look very similar to this. Basically, you would call our office, just the 319-291-2413, and ask to purchase a test kit. They're $10. It's a short-term test kit. It needs to be set up for at least 3 days, but not more than 7. And there's instructions in there on how to do it. It's all prepaid postage, so all you have to do is drop it in the mail when it's done. And if you do have questions, you can contact us about that. But knowing what the level of radon is in the home is very important. Like I said, it can cause lung cancer with extended periods of time. And it can be an old home, a new home, it really doesn't matter. It just comes up through cracks in the foundation. It can come up through a sump pump. But having it checked is the easiest way to know what the level is. In fact, really the only way. 7th basic principle is just keep your house well maintained. We've kind of talked about some of that stuff in the past, but poorly maintained homes, they're at a higher risk for high moisture levels, for pest problems, for injury hazards. So keep gutters clean, keep brush away from the house, keep it away from the garage. Make sure doors, windows, they're operating properly. For your roof, your shingles, you don't have holes in there that can allow for pests or rainwater or snow to get into. Eliminate tripping hazards from the property. That could be a broken driveway, it could be a hole in the yard, anything like that to keep so people aren't tripping. And also dead trees. Maybe that's cutting down a dead tree. Maybe that's cutting a dead branch out of a tree so it doesn't fall on anybody. Then the last basic principle, number 8, is keep it temperature controlled. Have your furnace checked regularly, at least every year before you start. Have your air conditioner checked. Make sure windows are operational. Fresh air in the home, especially if you don't have air conditioning, is very important, especially in the summer. And again, fresh air and keeping it temperature controlled helps with moisture and again helps with mold. So those are the 8 basic principles with healthy homes. And then as I said earlier, the City of Waterloo, we're partners with the City of Waterloo on their lead hazard control program. If your house was built before 1978, there's the potential that there's lead paint in the home. There's a grant that the community development has with HUD where we can do an assessment at the home, and if lead is found in that home, and this is all, it's based on income guidelines too, but there's money involved that could reduce or eliminate those lead hazards, and with that there's also money that can help with healthy homes hazards that are in the home to fix that. But the only way really to know that you're going to qualify is just contacting community development and tell them that you're interested in your lead hazard control program and what would be involved. It's for home ownership, and it can also be in a rental as well. So call community development, and their number is 319-291-4429. and just say that you're interested in the program, and then they'll get you going from there. But this is Healthy Homes Month for June, so like I said, again, I would encourage you to take some of those 8 principles, take a look around your home, see where you might be able to improve on one of them, maybe 2 of them, who knows, but in Healthy Homes is an improvement for everybody. Thanks for attending.